What's up, my chaotic crew? Bentley Michaels here, back for another week of Solo Bolo Episodos, Refuria Night Meadow Part 2, The Deuce. We hope you've been enjoying these thus far. It's going to take us through to December, and then once we get into December, it's that finale stretch, babies. And I'm excited for you guys to all, hear the culmination of this whole year of episodes. It's been a lot of fun. If you can, leave us a review on your podcast app of choice. That would be much appreciated. We hope you're safe. We hope you're well. And on to the episode.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
And one of the other people that is talking with them about their hunt says, did you get the elk? Did all your patience pay off? And he says, no, he got away. Well, that's why I trap things. Less work, less sitting in the bushes waiting. And they all have a nice laugh about that over drinks, and they're like, yeah, I guess. But in this bar, in this inn, is there anything you want to do?
No, because I'm a little kid. Like, once again, going back to, Riff, after we won the fucking tournament or whatever, I'm bored. So if we're staying at the bar, if we're staying upstairs, whatever it is, I just, I'll tug on my mom's sleeve and be like, Mom, I'm fucking bored. I ate dinner. People talking about.
That's the thing is,
as I see older people getting drunker and drunker, and they're just like, I'll trap an elk, I'll trap a werebear. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, well, let's bounce.
Yeah. And you have a restful night's sleep. This place is, there's nothing that really grabs your attention, and so it just moves on, and you are headed now.
Oh, the memory moves on. It's it slides. Yeah. Okay, great.
It's kind of where you're focused on, and so
Gotcha.
It just kind of you head forward, and you're back on the path, and
now,
it's just a couple more days until you get there.
Real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. Is Riff? Am I aware of the shuffle, on the computer where it's if you have a thing of pictures, you have the shuffle feature where
Sure.
you can just go through that. Am I aware of that as Riff? I'm aware that I'm Alister. I'm aware that I go when I'm not engaged, it just fast forwards for me type of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a sense for that, and you've definitely had enough training in mental gymnastics to be able to parse through it a little better.
Okay.
You can get a sense for the fact that this is memories of someone else, and they're being interpreted through the lens of your experience at the moment.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But it's a few more days until you get there,
okay.
And you begin passing by countryside that looks familiar. The hills and the mountains, the mountains you saw are beginning to fall off, and the sea is past it. And
we're getting to the coast.
Yeah, the coast is definitely, you see seagulls every so often. It's still a ways away, but that's the direction you're headed, and you begin to pass through a town. And as you're approaching, you recognize it. This is the town of Fallcrest, and you've been here before. When you were a kid, your family would take a trip here every fall and participate in the harvest festival that they had. You would come, and your family would provide services for those that had died that year, and you would partake in the festivities. And you realize that it's not Alister that has this memories, it's you, Riff. You've been here when you were a kid.
Yeah, Riff has been here.
You know, you're not very far away from the Night Meadow. And kind of as you're thinking that, you are through the town, and you're heading down south now instead of west, and you're getting out of the grasslands, the hills, and some thicker forest is down here, and that's when the mist starts. This just slight mist that hangs in the trees around you. The path is less ridden here, and this path is, you know this path. You have walked it many times whenever you've left home.
Riff has walked it many times.
Riff has walked it, yeah. Alister at this point has never been here.
Okay.
And
so that's interesting. Like, am I feeling emotions as this dream person?
You get a sense of the emotions from the memory, and Alister's emotions is just kind of excited.
Like wonderment, excitement, like, oh, this is all new, whereas there's also the dichotomy pulling in my brain going like, oh, I understand all of this, but then I'm getting these tinglings of like, oh, this is new, and I'm like, no, fuck you, it's not. Like,
right.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very interesting.
And you make your way through this path, and ever so often you see these little cairns that are these stacked stones with little offerings on them, little placeholders for people that have been lost.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And you make your way to the end of this path, which opens up into this massive clearing, and you see these gravestones that just litter the hills that go like waves off into the distance. You can barely see this tree line on the other side through the mist. And the mist isn't heavy, it's not thick, it's just enough mist that you can see everything you need to see, like where you're trying to go. It doesn't obscure, but it's just there. It's just there. And you get to the end of this path, and the graves are out there, and this fence covers the forest line. And at the end here is this stacked stone archway. Each stone is different in shape than all the others, but they all fit perfectly together in this rising, curved arch. And as you pass through it, you see the castle. The Castle Glen, Mist Glen.
Right.
Your old home.
Yeah. Riff's old home.
Riff's old home.
Wow.
And you approach. And your mother kind of looks down and says, "All right, Alister. This is the family. This is the Night Meadows.
Oh, shit.
We are here in the aforementioned Night Meadow. These are the people that were going to help us with Baron's little problem. We'll just wait here. They should arrive shortly. It's impolite to knock on the door, so please." And you know that. You know people do come here asking for funeral services, for last rites, and there is a way to do it. There is proper manners when people come, and you're supposed to wait.
Wow.
And you wait 10, 15 minutes until the door is opened, and this little woman steps out, this little halfling. Says, "Oh, hello. It is so good to see you, Jean. It has been so long.
Get the fuck out of here."
One of the archmages from the capital said you'd be coming. He seems you have some sort of problem, some issue that needs attending. We always love seeing you, and if work brings you here, then let us get started. But if you have some time, we'd love to chat. We'd love to get to know your boy. I don't think you've brought Alister here." And Jean says, "Yes, little Lord Alister. This is his first time. Yes, you're correct. I think I have time to chat, but there is a bit of work we must do. We are trying to contain a creature in this chest." And she motions over to the chest and says, "It's proving difficult. We're hoping that your magics can help, and we can store it away in our dungeon so that it can't harm anyone else." She says, "Well, come on in. I will make sure this chest is taken care of, and we will set you up. It will take some time. We'll have to go over exactly what you want to have happen, but I'm sure we can oblige. Come with me. You too, Alister, come on. Let me show you. And you two get down off the carriage. There's a dozen or so little halflings dressed in silver robes that come out and begin to deal with the Iron-Bound Aboleth, with the chest. They kind of study it at first, looking at it through bits of glass to define it, to figure out what magics are going on, incanting a few spells. But it seems they are taking care of it.
Alister is going to go up to the mages and be like, "Hey, I don't know if it helps, but I'll recount what the mage told me about the type of spell, and then
give me an Arcana check before you do this."
Okay. 11 plus 4, 15. 15?
Proficiently, yeah. No, you can go through and tell them exactly what.
So I'll tell. I was like, this is what the Archmage of Rockefeller told me, and this type of spell he was doing. And look, he didn't tell me the exact spell, but this is kind of movement he was doing. And I put my hand out and I do the little, I put my one hand straight out, and then I'm doing the little thing.
With
and I'm
hand there, and okay, and they begin kind of flipping through a book that they have.
Yeah, I was so I don't know if that helps you guys.
They kind of mirror what you're doing, and the hand placement's different, and they go through the book a little more, and then they're like, oh.
And I keep doing it until I think they find it.
This would make sense. Yes. Thank you. Very helpful. Let me try. And they begin casting a similar spell to the Archmage.
Dope.
This will go swimmingly. Thank you, kind lord. And you are brought in.
You can call me Alister.
Good. Thank you, Lord Alister.
No, drop the Lord. Just call me Alister. It's all good.
Oh.
Unless we're in one of those stupid, fussy parties where they're like, oh, this is a lord, and then blah, 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 blah.
You would know that these attendants very much adhere to manners.
Okay.
And so they
just saying
give you a smile and nod.
I'm just if it's just us, it's all good.
Oh, the spirits are always watching.
Well,
Do not forget your ancestors.
Sure.
And they deal with the chest as you and your mother are brought into a nice sitting chamber.
Nice.
And as you sit down with this woman who gives her name, and I wonder if you know her name.
Is it Jane?
It's not Jean.
Can I phone a friend?
Do you know what your grandmother's name is?
Rafiri Night Meadows?
Yes.
Gosh.
If not, I've come up with a name, but
I don't think it's in my sheet.
As you sit down, you are sitting down with a very young-looking version of your grandmother.
Okay. I don't think I know it.
All right. Her name is...
Can't ask me because I don't think I created it. I think I just did my parents.
Pillu.
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 How do you spell that?
Pillue. Pillu.
Cool.
And they begin discussing what needs to happen. Jean describes, there's some sort of creature that's bound to this chest. It's inside of it. The chains help to keep it secure, but it seems that it can still get out. The Archmage has provided a temporary enchantment to keep it at bay, but we're hoping to...
And I jump up and I'm like, yeah, and it goes like this, and I just start doing the hand motions again. I was like, I don't know the spell, but these are the hand motions.
Yes, we're hoping for that, but a long-term appointment. Just so that whatever is inside doesn't... wake? Doesn't rouse?
Oh,
if you could put it to sleep, that would be useful. And if it were to escape, it would be good to bring it back into its imprisonment.
Riff is sitting here thinking like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Also, like, you know, like doing the split brain activity. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Also, I wonder if they know about the water. All right. Anyway, back to the adventure. Back to the dream.
And Pilyu says, yes, a sleeping enchantment would work. And it would be easy enough to do. Something to pull it back into the chamber. Well, it may take some time, but it should be doable. We'll need to run some tests first, see what's going to work on it. Is there a certain phrase you would like to have that will make sure that it returns? And Jean kind of thinks a bit and looks down to you and says, Young Lord Alister Rybang.
Right.
Perhaps you have some thoughts on the matter? Can you think of some sort of phrase that would be useful in recapturing whatever is in our cargo we've had?
Okay, so there's two schools of thought going on in my head. One, something easy that everyone like would be able to do, but if everyone knows that, then it's going to be harder because maybe it can be used against us. Then there's the harder phrase of like, it's a really cool, easy phrase to do as long as you know it. And there's also sort of like a musicality in motion as you're doing the spell to recall the creature.
She kind of looks down and she's
I think
thinking.
The second one
says, yes, an easy phrase would be good, but
I'm feeling an archmage, powerful magical tether to the second one. I'm feeling the motion of the ocean.
But a more specific phrase is easier to keep secret, easier to use as a tool. Perhaps a phrase not in common.
Yeah, I got it. You ready?
Yes.
And for whatever reason, in my head, I feel like this magical sort of like, dealy-do, like, going up against me. And I just kind of like, almost like, like I'm interpretive dancing, like, but it's like in a magical, kind of like the airbender, the avatar, like, how they use different martial arts styles for that. Yeah. Like I start to feel this movement and you see me sort of like start performing the same sort of like, set of movements or whatever. And then like, I'm kind of mumbling to myself. I was like, okay, I got it. So it goes like this. It goes like, bow weep grana weep ninny bond. Yeah,
Bowie, grana.
Bow weep grana.
Bow weep grana.
Weep ninny bond.
Weep mini bond.
No, ninny.
Ninny bond.
Yeah.
And so that's I'm going to say that's the phrase in Halfling.
Okay. Bow weep grana weep ninny bond.
Do you want to? Is there a translation for it that you want to give, or
what does the spell do specifically?
The idea for the spell is that if whatever's inside of this chest were to get out, this phrase brings it back in.
You don't belong outside. You belong within the box.
You don't belong outside. You belong in the box.
Yeah, within the box. So it's almost like a mental psychology thing of like, because I'm assuming this thing is evil or whatever. So like
it has shown evil tendencies. Yes.
So like so it's almost like a reverse psychology thing of like, hey, outside sucks. Stay in the box, bud.
Yeah, and so part of the magic will be that it's convincing it to do it. Like there's a magical pull to it,
and that's what like relaxes it. And it's like no, it is better in the box.
Gotta go in the box.
Yeah,
and it gets shunted into the
box. Is home.
The box is home.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's the fine phrase.
That's the Urban Dictionary version of the spell. The box is home.
The box is home. Yeah.
It's bow weep ground or weep ninny bond shit.
And as you're doing this, Pilyu kind of looks at you. And looks at Jean and says, "Have you been studying with Master DJ Yamano? Are you teaching young Alister the ways of the shadow?" And Jean just kind of looks confused and says no, and Pilyu's like, interesting. As she recognizes it, and they go over the details of it, the different arcane notes that are needed to be inscribed, the different kind of tests that they're going to need to do, and as they kind of get into this, it's magic related, but it is very much like accounting magic related.
Oh, interesting.
And it's just
facts and figures. And
yeah. Is there anything else you would want to do?
just a spreadsheet of magic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, like, after I feel like a bit, I feel like a real big kid, and I feel like a real big kid going like, hey, I know, sorry, Mom, like, I can't wait for her to be done with her accounting so I can be like, hey, Mom, you see how, like, I came up with the thing and I showed him the stuff and I had the movement. I felt like it was my first time, like, really doing some magic, like, I felt alive. I think all that studying I've been doing on the wagon and, like, writing in the journal and then go to the other journal and then studying the one book and then going to the other. Oh, that's so cool. Is this how you felt when you were first learning magic? You were battling Bigfoot and what are the frost giants?
And she kind of looks down and she says, yes, the spark of learning is strong. When we find new things, it's intoxicating. Yes, this is a good thing, this trip. I'm so glad that you were able to accompany me.
Yes.
This is what our family does for the Empire.
It does this?
For the kingdom. Well, things similar to this.
We're like Ghostbusters?
Make sure evils are kept at bay, kept contained.
We're Ghostbusters.
We do bust ghosts from time to time.
Awesome. Who's that master DJ Yamano? Who's that? I've never heard of that guy.
Pilyu just kind of looks over to you and says, some of our ancestors, and at the moment, no one, but there are those born with a certain gift to see beyond the sight most of us have.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yes. We are awaiting our next to be born.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. When do you think that'll happen?
By our calculations, it should be soon, but not terribly soon.
Is there one out there right now? How does it work? That's so cool.
No, the last one was actually my grandmother. The next should be my granddaughter, but none of my children have had any children of their own yet.
So Riff is thinking like, oh man, am I the granddaughter? Like trying to think of it, but she also knows her uncle's involved.
Yeah,
her uncles before,
and you know that you are the one the kind of person she's talking about, a ghostwise halfling.
Yeah. I get
and you know that your uncle is a ghostwise halfling as well.
I know, but is my uncle born at this point?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
He's born at this point. Yes,
I'm trying to see.
She your grandmother at least talks about her children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because just based on how you were doing it, like I thought, like my uncle was like the surprise, like came a generation early type of thing.
Mm-hmm. From what she's saying, it does seem that way.
Okay.
She's expecting it to be one of her grandchildren. Yeah.
So my uncle was a surprise, a weird monkey wrench. Is that what I'm getting? Am I reading that wrong?
If that's what it sounds like.
Riff is very intrigued.
Yeah. As the
part of Alister that is Riff is now like, and like just scratching her chin like a mystery novel.
Mm-hmm. And as those thoughts are kind of stirring in your brain and you're ping ponging them back and forth, you feel this urge that this is too much. You don't want to sit here for the next 8 hours dealing with arcane.
Yeah, let's fast forward
symbols, and you begin kind of pacing the halls of the castle you grew up in.
Okay.
And you're, looking for little places you used to hide and play games in. And
you're talking about Riff?
Riff, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And you're getting kind of deeper into.
And this is part of the monastery of the Silver Song?
No, this is part of the home that you had. The monastery of the Silver Song is a continent away.
Oh, okay.
That's where your master lived and trained, and they sent you away to train there. Here at the castle, here at the graveyard,
interesting,
is where the family, the nobility, takes their home, and this is where you grew up for the first part of your life, before becoming the Ghostwise halfling that you are and training.
Gotcha.
But you begin searching, for those places you used to go to as a younger kid, and that the castle digs deep into the ground. And so there's these places deep down there in the different, crypts and mausoleums, which are just part of this castle. To get from, somebody's quarters to the kitchen, you have to go through 2 hallways where the dead have been interned. The living and the dead kind of live as one here.
The shadows.
Yeah. And you get a bit deeper into it, and you happen across a section of one of these stone hallways, and the side has been broken a bit. Like these tree roots have dug in and broken through the wall and have left this just kind of odd opening to it, which you don't remember. Like, okay. You think you've been through this hallway before, and it was never broken like this.
Yeah, Riff was a very curious person. Like she would have definitely gotten out of bed and explored at all hours of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Gone down that Harry Potter corridor to the 3-headed dog. And so to me, I see this thing that I'm probably used to seeing that has likely been, like, covered up, essentially.
Maybe.
Fuck you.
At this moment, it's different than you remember it.
Okay.
But it's this, kind of the earth is there, and it's parted a bit, and there's this about 4-foot wide hole that just goes deeper into the outside of the castle.
Can I jump down it?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can kind of just walk down, and it spirals down. These roots kind of coming down. You have to duck under some of them.
Whomping willow.
And your memory gets you're a little hazy as you're doing it, and you have to like focus and meditate a bit and refocus on where you are. Remembering that's right. I'm remembering someone named Alister, and I'm trying to find my way. Where am I? That's right. I'm finding out wherever this is. This is not supposed to be here.
Right.
And kind of as you're focusing and moving forward and focusing and moving forward, you come to a little larger opening where all these roots have kind of come down from the ground from above and have planted themselves, and you are standing underneath this massive root system. And in the center of it is...
It's like root stalagmites or stalactites.
Yeah. And then they're just like kind of covering the walls around as well, just holding this all in place.
Yeah.
At the center is this pool of just clear water. Ever so often, there's a drip from the ceiling that drops into it. And exactly.
I'm not Caleb. Hold on. God.
This is the rest of the podcast.
Oh, that was pretty good. Fuck it. I'll just fully in Caleb. Caleb, you bested me in this dripping water sound effects game.
The dripping water duel.
That's why he's on the Chaotic Amateurs Foley record. Get it now.
You look down in that pool as the ripples subside, and you see your face for the first time.
I see Alister's face?
You see Alister's face.
What do I look like?
Young boy, black hair, oddly gray skin.
Oh.
But,
sallow.
Just slight features and someone who's probably 10 to 14 years old.
Yeah.
And as you look, a drop comes down, ripples, and you see your face. You see Riff looking back at you. And
classic cinema.
That kind of memory of Alister fades a bit, and that's back in the back of your mind, as opposed to kind of being that dual personality you were experiencing.
Uh-huh.
And you look a bit deeper, and you notice that there's another person in the reflection as well, standing like across from you.
Oh, so like across it's a bigger pond.
Yeah, it's like the center of this is probably 2-3 feet wide, and you see down your face, and then you see on the other side another halfling figure as you kind of look up.
Interesting.
And it's this silver-robed individual, and you see their face, and it's your uncle.
Oh.
And they look at you, and they're like, just curious. They're just like baffled to see what they're seeing in front of them.
Uncle.
What?
Hey, it's me. It's Riff.
Riff.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm your niece. You're my uncle.
I don't think so. I don't think I have a niece.
Yeah. I'm Rafiri Night Meadow.
Who's your mother? Who's your father?
Shadow of the Silver Song. Under Master DJ Imani.
You know DJ Imani?
Yeah, and you're out searching for the treasure of Aether. Like, I've been doing research on it because I believe in you, even though no one else does.
Research. Wait, how are you here?
Oh God, I don't know. There's something. Look, so I was in the Chateau de Magnus, and there was all this.
Hold on.
What?
I don't know where that is.
Oh, Chateau de Magnus. Gosh, it's like you can teleport it from town. Gosh, I should have written down where the landmass was. Anyway, it's by Kenku Place, and it's like it had a dragon in it, and there's some crazy shit in the basement.
Okay.
But it's got a great library. There's a competition arena. My friend Sanj's parents run the town. I really wish I remembered this stuff where I had it written down.
None of this rings a bell.
I'm so sorry, Uncle. I'm so sorry. But
Uncle, who are your parents? I shouldn't have any nieces or nephews.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's Shadow of the Silver Song. I'm the ghost. I'm the Ghostwise halfling of the age.
You are?
Yeah. Like I came. Like it was you, and then it was me.
Oh,
and I wasn't supposed to show up, but it's like I showed up early. But like I'm not trying to step on your toes. But then I heard about you, and I was like, oh, Treasure Vaser, that's awesome.
Yes, I see. I still don't know how you're here, but I guess I can explain a little bit. Somebody
put me in a spell or something. I forget. It's
magic?
No.
I more or less did this to myself. You must have known Picus, me, after the deal I made. So it's good to know that the Ghostwise of the age has come.
Yeah.
I did convince everyone that was me, and they sent me to the Shadow Song place.
Which Monastery of the Shadow of the Silver Song?
Yes, with the DJ
Imani,
who did not like me.
That's weird.
But which makes sense. I never had the vision. I never had the powers like you do. I convinced the family I did so I could see the world.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So when I was growing up, I was supposed to be one of the attendants, That didn't seem like the life for me, but I knew that the age was coming and there should be a Ghostwise halfling to be born, and I just used a bit of magic, a bit of trickery, and convinced Pilyu that I was it. They sent me to the monastery to train. That lasted about a month, and I left. Because I just wanted to see the world, and that was the best way to do it. I didn't make the best choices after that. I got in with the wrong kind of people, and I brought some harm on the family.
Yeah, no one fucking likes you, dude. Everyone
That
thinks
makes
you're
sense.
a fucking charlatan and
Yep.
a liar. And I was like,
Yep.
no way.
Yep.
He's my uncle. He's a ghost white halfling just like me. And the treasure of Aether.
What is the treasure of Aether? That...
You're supposed to be out looking for it. Everyone talks about how you're out looking for the treasure of Aether, which is some like great treasure. And I've been like looking it up in like all the
Yeah.
libraries and all the places that we go. Everyone looks like me. I'm fucking crazy.
I see.
And I'm sorry for swearing.
Do you have any notes about this?
The treasure of Aether? Yeah,
Yeah.
I read a whole bunch of books on it and all sorts of stuff. And like I don't know if my the backpack that I have,
It's, you kind of go to reach and pull out the book instinctively, and it's there.
okay. So then and I go here, and because like I think it was like after the bar thing, and then I think one time before that I went and like researched in the library Dewey Decimal System and did a bunch of research as much as they had on the treasure of Aether as far as what I could find, and I would go, look, I've got all these notes on it. It's
He
like
starts kind of going through it. It's
like
I see.
I was like, I just assumed you knew all this stuff. I was basically trying to play catch up to you because I wanted to find you so we could find it together and like bring back prestige to the Night Meadow name because
That-
look,
that would be
like,
good.
No offense, like people think you're a fucking dick, and I've been on this adventure for a while, and no one has once been like, oh, we're fearing Night Meadow, Ghostwise Halfling of the Age, Shadow of the Silver Song, Master DJ. No one knows who the fuck I am, and it's driving me insane. And I get it, like that's an ego thing. I need to check my ego at the door, but god damn it fucking pisses me off because I'm fucking awesome.
You seem amazing, niece. I am an asshole. You can call me that. You don't need to apologize for cursing. Like I said, I brought some dangers to the family. I made a deal with someone because I wanted to get rid of myself from the family. And so I asked a very powerful entity, woman, to take away what I had done, to take away the guilt that I had for everything I had done to you all.
Wait, did you get your memory wiped?
Kind of. I am that guilt and that memory.
Ugh.
I live here now. Which is why I'm surprised
this
you're
weird-
here.
This weird realm where I'm not me, but like I'm supposed to be Alister from. Like, it's like a weird time travel. You know what? I haven't felt this fucking weird since I was in the hole, this prison, and I could like see on other parts of the plane. I can see through walls.
Okay, so this place is like that. Maybe
Holy shit!
this place exists beyond many things.
It's in a different realm.
Yeah.
That's what this weird, I forget what her name was, Jeannie or Jeanette. Anyway, she transferred us to this other place. She couldn't do her magic in that place because it wasn't on the actual plane. So we're in a different plane right now.
Yes. It's similar to the ethereal plane that connects everything, but is governed and controlled by the Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
That's the one I made a deal with. She took my memories and my guilt and all my negative emotions from me so that I could go and see the world the way I wanted to. That left me here, Picus's guilt. and Picus, your uncle, is out there in the world doing whatever they want without the family to hold them back.
So he doesn't even know that he's being an asshole to our family name.
No. And he's like looking through the journals a bit as you guys are talking, but I don't know why he'd be going after this treasure of Aether. And kind of flips another page and just kind of stops and looks down and reads intent and kind of flips back and where it says, "Oh,
wait,
the treasure, whatever this is connected to the Cincinnati."
Oh shit!
And kind of holds up kind of the notes that you have and shows like there was some passage you had kind of scripted out of a root system of trees that was supposed to be somewhere in the wastes, and like this is her marking. No one should be able to write this down.
Who's marking? What are you talking about?
The Cincinnati's.
Wait, what I wrote in my journal?
Yes.
I shouldn't have been able to write there?
No one should.
Dude, I was just in that place. The drawing, like, what... Okay, so, like, here's the deal. And I explained to him about, like, the dream and the Alister and, like, everything. And I go, and where I left off, cliffhanger, I was in, like, this cavern of all this shit. I saw it. I was there. And then you showed up, and now we're having this conversation where you're not really my uncle, and you're not a ghost wise halfling, you're kind of a fucking asshole, and, like, here I am, I'm a hero, and I can't do something. Oh, it's so frustrating.
I don't know exactly what's happening, but somehow I, out there in the real world, am doing the bidding of the Cincinnati.
Oh, you're a puppet.
She's gone back. She's broken our deal.
You're a puppet.
I told her that I would give her my secrets in exchange.
What kind of secrets did you give her?
I don't remember. I gave them to her.
Shit.
And she would take my memory. She would take my guilt away so I could go do what I pleased.
Is she in control of your physical body then?
But if I'm out there doing her bidding, I'm not doing I don't have the free will anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Is she in control of your physical body then?
In some way, apparently.
Oh, boy.
If I'm searching for this thing for her, that's associated with her, unless...
This is heavy.
Unless he's found something out and is trying to...
Wait, like my uncle, like, okay, so let's... do you mean my uncle's body has found something out and now it's like trying to fight against the puppeting?
I don't know.
Jesus, it's so complicated.
But it has to be connected.
No kidding.
If she's broken the deal, then I want back.
Yeah, we got to get you back in your body, bud.
Yeah.
And even though you're kind of like a swindler, and
if there's an actual ghost-wise halfling of the age,
that's
then
me.
Maybe what I did wasn't so bad.
No,
it was bad.
We can cross that
right.
bridge filled with Kenku when we get there. But you're still like, look. If we can get you back on track, everyone makes mistakes. And that's what DJ Imani always told me. You will make mistakes, but it's how you get through those mistakes and how you affect the world after them that makes you who you are today. Or, who you are in the future. You'll be who you are tomorrow.
I know what you mean. He did try and tell me that. I just didn't listen back then.
Yeah, he's weird. It's like when you're a shadow spirit teaching people stuff, it's
hard to understand without the body language.
Well, exactly.
Right?
Like, and I think that's why I probably got along with Zephyr so bad or so much is because he was always just kind of like, a light breeze could make him look like he gained 20 pounds or something like that. Anyway. Did you ever find that with DJ? It's like, a light breeze would come back and go, oh man, you look bloated as crap. And then he'd go back to like being in shape in this fucking, this. I had a hard time not laughing. Anyway, so we have to restore the Night Meadow name. We have to get you back in your body. We have to take you back to your body. And we have to break the puppetry. And
this is a lot to take in.
Yeah. You're telling me I'm 11. All I want to do is chew bubblegum.
If you do pry into the Cincinnati's affairs, and he kind of looks around.
Yeah, no.
She is very powerful. She deals exclusively in secrets.
Right.
You'll never know when she's coming until she's already been there. She's not evil, but she doesn't care much for mortals.
Right, but I'm a ghost-wise halfling of the age, so...
That may interest her. She always had an affinity for me.
And let me guess, you probably just, never satisfied her as much as probably because, you couldn't do all the cool stuff that I can do. No wonder
Correct.
you're in another
I
plane.
never did have the visions.
Yeah. This is insane. I'm going to have to write in my journal about this.
I've
been keeping a Ghostwise Halfling journal because I've been reading yours. Are you telling me the journal that I have of yours, because every Ghostwise Halfling is supposed to keep a journal in order to keep up for the next one? Yep. Are you telling me it's all fucking full of shit?
I did write those things.
Did you have those adventures and then you twisted them to make them seem? Oh, you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I can't say it enough.
Oh, this is a big bummer, dude. This is a big old bummer.
Yeah.
But hey, my journal's full of truth, so that's pretty cool. So the next one, I'll put a journal entry about this and be like, hey, this is the day I was tricked, but this is how you get around it, because that could help someone out in the future. Yes, I'm the best. I'm going to be the best Ghostwise Halfling of the age that you've ever seen.
I so hope so.
Yeah. No, we're going to figure it out. We're going to get you back in your body, bud. We're going to make all of it happen. And, sure, you're kind of a liar and kind of a cheapskate and kind of like Bill Murray and Kingpin. I don't know if you've ever seen that motion picture deal.
Oh, but I don't think so.
Okay, well, but this is okay. We can make this work. I believe in it. If I am not Fury and Night Meadow, Ghostwise Halfling of the Age, Shadow of the Silver Song, Prodigy of Master DJ Yamani, so I spoke it, so say it be done, so I smote it. I need an ending for that.
And as you're kind of thinking about that, you see some of the roots that are in this chamber, that are hugging the walls. While you've been having this conversation, you've just kind of moved and formed behind your uncle. And kind of as they're moving, you kind of focus on them and you notice that they form these kind of long arms and this face somewhere in there and looks down at you and just says, "You're not supposed to be here." And you hear just a scream as this happens from the chamber as you're pushed away from this space. And past your mother or Alister's mother and kill you, and then past the roads you had and past the capital and then over the seas,
getting pushed out of the timeline
and back to the chateau. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
When I land, I flourish my chucks. I'm like, no!
Thank you for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I have been your DM, Alex. And with me
Bentley Michaels is a very confused Referian Night Meadow.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.